world of strength and conditioning, data collections become the utmost of importance, and that's exactly where Gymaware separates itself from the competition. Because when we're sitting there and looking to collect data, what data are you actually collecting? And are the numbers you're looking at fitting into the exercises that you're utilizing? And even more so, are they going to answer the questions that you're looking for? Looking at different ways that you are moving the barbell through peak and mean, both velocity and power, is really what separates Gymaware from the competition. Being able to understand what your ballistic exercises are doing separate to what your strength exercises are doing really allows you to program at a much more specific level for your athletes. So hop on over to kinetic.com.au to see what Evan and his team have in store for you today. The world of strength and conditioning is filled with some fantastic practitioners that are always searching for more. But more what? What are strength and conditioning coaches searching for to better their ability to prepare their athletes? Well, what about cutting edge information, or a place where you can find different opinions from forward-thinking coaches on what you're doing, how you're doing, and try to get feedback to be better for your athletes? Or what about a place where you'll find like-minded coaches that can provide solid coaching advice and career development for you as you progress through your career as a strength and conditioning professional? Well, this is exactly why we built the Strength Coach Network. You'll have access to exclusive monthly content on top of the sensationally active forum that we have, where you can communicate with coaches all over the world to find those answers that you're looking for to help you be a better practitioner for your athletes. So make sure you hop on over to strengthcoachnetwork.com/CVASPS, that's strengthcoachnetwork.com/CVASPS, and get your 48-hour trial for only $1. I look forward to seeing you in the Strength Coach Network.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 8th episode of Outside the Rack, brought to you by Kinetic Performance, the makers of Gymaware. In this show, we're going to try to dive a little deeper into the minds of some of the top practitioners in the world of sport performance and learn a little bit more about who they actually are and how they got where they are today. Today, we are joined by USA Swimming's High Performance Director, Keenan Robinson. Keenan, thanks for being with us, bud.
Jay, always great to see you. Always great to catch up with you.
Yeah, man, totally. And, before we get too far into this, bud, who is Keenan Robinson?
Well, first and foremost, man, I'm a father of 2 beautiful children. I have a 5-year-old daughter, Reagan, and a 2-year-old son, Roke. That's really what my purpose is here on this earth. But like you said, I'm actually the director of sports medicine and science. Let's get our titles right so that HR doesn't get mad. But most importantly, I'm just a guy that likes to be a supporting cast to our country's brightest and best. So that next year in Tokyo, we just hear our national anthem on replay. So whatever I can do to help that, then, which most of the time is just stay out of the way, right?
Let's talk about a learning situation that really brought an epiphany for Keenan Robinson.
That's a tough question, because I don't think there's one. I hope there's not one point in time in our careers where we say this learning experience happened, it changed me dramatically, and this is why I do what I do. I've been on record saying from a programming standpoint, one of the biggest impacts on my career is when I picked up the tier system by Joe Kenn, and from there it just brought periodization and weekly peaking to the daily session. So I'd say that I'd still hold that was pretty impactful. But when I say epiphany, I think we just look at our journey throughout our time as undergrads, as grad schools, as interns, as what we did, and just the people that we've come across, how they've impacted us, how they've shaped us, and are we continuing on that? Are we continually searching for that knowledge that our next epiphany occurs, right? That our next miracle in our spiritual life of strength training or performance occurs. So it's kind of an ambiguous, a very political answer, but I just think, like, okay, in undergrad, I was at a small Division III school and in Adrian, Michigan. I was like, man, my application's gonna get thrown in the garbage every place I apply for. But lo and behold, Gary Gray, his clinic's 2 minutes down the road. So I go and I do an internship with Gary Gray. And so, in 1999, I'm getting introduced to the functional world by the godfather of function, and then you go to the University of Michigan, and you just start to get connected with them. The first time that you and I connected, right? You're the ultimate info, like you're patient zero in the human performance world. You know everybody. Everybody's trying to get connected with you. And it just took an athlete that I worked with in high school going to Richmond and you picking up the phone and saying, what do you do? Like, what's the deal? And that allowed some relationships. So not really an epiphany. I just would say like I'm still searching for things that will allow me to give the best opportunity for the athletes and coaches that have entrusted me to support them in one way or another.
I love that, man, because I think that at the end of the day, if you're going to sit here and pigeonhole one point in your career, you're sort of making like an axis for your world to roll around. But sitting here saying it's a constant pursuit for the next one is really just kudos to you and your constant ambition to continually learn and get better for the men and women you get to work with.
Exactly. I hope that I'm doing that. I just hope that they doesn't matter if I say it. I hope that they believe it and they see it. Right.
No doubt. Well, I know at least one of them does because I just got to see him recently, but we'll leave him out of this talk for now. So then let's move on to number two, brother. And this is one I'm really excited to hear from you because we talk about a lot of inquisitive things quite often. But if you could ask just one question and you would get the answer to it. So like when Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, when they go up there and they can find the one question that they want the answer to, what would that be and why?
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Jay. It has nothing to do with the human performance world, right? Because if it was one answer that we could all get if we could ask one question that we'd get the answer to, I think this business would have been figured out a long time ago, and we would all know how to maximize genetic potential. We would all know how to maximize those that aren't as genetically gifted but are willing to work hard. But every day presents a new challenge. And to me, that's what I love about this field. Obviously, I wear multiple hats, whether it's actual the programming, sets, reps, and schemes, whether it's my sports medicine hat, being an athletic trainer, whether it's my physiology background. It's always changing, right? There's some constants, but there's some constants that always need to be treated. But to answer your question, man, I think if I could know the answer is what is, I think I know what my purpose is here. Not my purpose in the gym or not my purpose in the sports medicine clinic, but what's my purpose? And I think I know what that is. And I guess we all, whatever our spiritual belief system is, we have that opportunity to check ourselves regularly on that. But I think, am I doing what I was put here on earth to do? And am I doing it to the best of my ability? Am I doing it in a right way?
I love that, man. And I think that it says a lot because I think that, you are a guy that you're always walking around with a shovel, man, and trying to dig for more and trying to find more. And I think understanding that, like, at the end of the day, if that question really was going to be answered, we probably would have a pretty good answer to it already. And to look outside of it, like, I appreciate that, man. I'm down with that. I dig it.
Well, thanks. If you give it 2 thumbs up, then I'm good, man.
I don't know if I go that far, but I appreciate you, man. So listen, Keen, I know right now, like the next 11 months, this is borderline impossible, right? But coming up on the Olympics is going to be hard. But what is Keenan Robinson's escape?
Man, I was telling some coworkers or some teammates at this summer at the World Championship. The thing that I love the most in my day is putting my 2 kids to bed and reading to them. I give them the opportunity to pick whatever book they're on. They're like their dad. They're creatures of habit. So I've probably read this truck book a million times in the past 3 weeks since I've gotten home. But just being with those two, it's quiet time. My phones are nowhere near me. My watch is gone, and it's just And it's one-on-one. Usually I put my son, my 2-year-old, to bed first, and it's just me and him. It's dad and son bonding time, and then it's daddy and daughter bonding time. And that I would say that's my biggest, I wouldn't say release, but it's the one time in my day that I know is the utmost happiness. It's the closest thing to heaven. So I would say that.
It's awesome, brother.
So when I'm on these trips, if I'm surly or get a little bit of a curmudgeon, there's your answer, man. It's Skype and FaceTime just doesn't give it the same justice. They're not in your arms, and you don't get to really like feel that tangible human emotion.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But I love that, brother. Kane, appreciate you for everything you're doing, man. Keep kicking butt down there. Keep working to hear that Star Spangled Banner played about 100 times down there in Tokyo, brother.
Thanks, man, Jay. No, I think everybody in this industry should give you kudos, right? Whether or not they like the speakers that you have on, you're always bringing the opportunity to get that question in the human performance world answered. So thanks so much, man. Just don't stop hustling.
Appreciate that, brother. I'll keep grinding if you do too, man. Talk to you soon, brother.
All right, Dave.